All I've heard since Chelsea beat 9-man Tottenham and drew with Manchester City is how Pochettino has got Chelsea on their way. They're going to get back into the Champions League positions. They're going to get back into Europe, and they're going to be realising their potential with all the money they spent on all their up-and-coming talents to, compose this squad for Mauricio Pochettino. But from where I'm sitting, they're sitting in 10th. They're very good value for being 10th in the league, and for the strength of the Premier League, and with how horrific Chelsea's business was in the summer, they are going to have to do very, very well to get into any European competition next season. For as much as Chelsea fans like to think it's all rosy in the garden at the moment, there is a huge problem that they're just not facing in their squad at the moment. The fixture list presents its own dynamic, and Chelsea, they do have a little hidden gem somewhere in their ranks that could bring this entire squad together and help it realise its perceived potential. At any point in the video today, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without you clicking the subscribe button, hitting like, and jumping into the comment section and let me know what you think about Chelsea. Are they fit for purpose? Will they get into European football for next season? And yeah, let's just get stuck straight into it. We'll address the kind of elephant in the room first of all, and that is their current squad standing. Now, I've not got the main injuries. Chilwell's still here, whatever. I've not got any of the main injuries. This is the squad that we see for Chelsea for the most part of this season. Now, Cole Palmer has firmly become a best 11 player, and the midfield three of Gallagher, Enzo and Caicedo, it's probably one of the best midfield threes in the Premier League, to be quite honest with you. And they're growing every week. And that's probably been one of the best parts about Chelsea. And, to give Pochettino some credit where it's due, they've had to play some different formations in a tactical sense, kind of on and off the ball. If we look at the Man City game, the 4-each draw, Reece James and Cucurella, proper fullbacks playing out there. Against Tottenham, you've got Colwill on the left-hand side tucking in, with Reece James being a bit more attack down the right for Chelsea. We've got a mirror image situation with Cucurella on the left for one game, with Disasi on the right. And for a few games, they've even played Cucurella in at right back as well. Would you look at that? Burnley and Fulham. And for how thin their defence is, fair play to him. He's done very well at managing the resources, keeping as many of the fit players available, ticking over, getting significant minutes and helping them to the best result possible. So I think he's done pretty well in managing the defensive resources he's had, because it looks so thin. But when I look at other Premier League teams, I don't think defensively Chelsea have felt as thin as some other squads, maybe like Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham. There's a lot of clubs out there that are very thin defensively, and I don't think that I've really felt that from Chelsea especially. Now, with Chelsea's form this season, starting the season off with a 1-each draw at Liverpool, you see there the West Ham, the Luton match, they win 3-0. After that, you can see Chelsea have taken a long time until they get to the 4-1 victory there with Burnley. They draw 2 each with Arsenal. They've not, the Burnley game, Arsenal, similar to again to some of the other squads that we've seen, breaking that effort of being able to score 2, 3, 4 goals a match is really what you need to do to get into the top end of the Premier League. And yeah, doing it against Burnley, doing it against Luton, Chelsea have to be doing that. That is just standard. But they have to be getting back into the position where they're not losing 2-0 to Brentford because of their inability to carve teams open and create goal-scoring opportunities. And how good is this? The guys at QuinnBet have enhanced their UK welcome offer, where you can now get a free bet up to £35. It's for new customers that sign up only. You can check out the full terms and conditions on the website, quinnbet.com, or by clicking on the link that's in the description of this video. By clicking on that link to sign up and create your account, you support all the content here at the channel, and I thank you in advance if you do so. It looks really impressive to me, but it is 18+, and remember folks, always gamble responsibly. They're getting a lot of plaudits for the way they played against Man City and against Tottenham by playing in transition into space for guys like Sterling, for Jackson, Palmer, all the standout guys. Mudryk did okay for little bits by Mudryk standards, and whatever else. Now, for as horrible as I think the imbalance in Chelsea's squad is, they might just about get away with it. The fixture list between now and the winter break is very, very favourable for Chelsea. They're high on confidence, they're scoring goals finally, and they've got players that are gelling together and getting better every single week. So I think between now and the winter break, Chelsea can pick up a lot of points and probably get themselves into quite firmly that 10th to 7th range. It is very tight there. They really want to be taken seriously in this fixture window. They really need to see themselves going into the winter break in 5th or 6th if at all possible, because as soon as Chelsea come back from the winter break, their fixture list really turns on its head and it gets crazy impossible. Now, they might go out in the January transfer window and they might further strengthen. I don't know really what FFP means at this point for Chelsea, but when we look at their midfield, Gallagher, Caicedo, Enzo, all fantastic. But We take one of them out of the picture. If we took Enzo out of here, a lot of what's good about this Chelsea team disappears. If Caicedo was to drop out of this team, I think defensively, you just don't have a defensive midfielder that you could rely upon to play in the Premier League or any cups that Chelsea might still want to be targeting in. Conor Gallagher, but for me, is probably the one that's a wee bit the most replaceable, with Palmer being so versatile and the guy that I think is the piece of the puzzle for Chelsea, that if they were going to get some miracle and get into the top 4, or if they were going to qualify for a European competition, it is going to be the return to fitness and form of Christopher Nkunku, because he is so versatile. He can play anywhere in these forward positions here, and really in place of Jackson, or coming in here to supplement for Palmer and Gallagher, depending on what your preference is on form or fixture. I would really like to see him come in on this left-hand side here, or he could even be the striker ahead of Jackson, like I say. But I think Nkunku's ability and his versatility is probably the missing thing that Chelsea need to be able to get into the possibilities of scoring 4, 3, 5 goals a game, whatever it is, depending on the opposition. Because Palmer is great and improving every week. Sterling is great, probably not improving every week. Madueke, Broja, Mudryk are all kind of whatevers. And Jackson needs chances. He needs chances. He needs to be in here to finish. That seems quite apparent. Now, he's good at... He's got a bit of link-up play. He's quite strong. He's okay. He's not totally a one-trick pony, but he is needs service. He needs service. There's no two ways about it. Whereas Nkunku, for me, is probably the closest thing to a world-class attacker in this team. Easily. He's got more potential to grow as well. And in the Premier League, he's still a bit of an unknown quantity. So if Chelsea get him back fit, especially for this favourable section of fixtures that are about to come up, that could really ignite their season in a big, big way. That would solve, pretty much for me, all of their attacking deficiencies. And when I look at their team and think, oh, they're missing a bit of this, and oh, they don't do enough of this, and they really struggle to open a team up like a Brentford or whatever, I think as soon as you put Nkunku into this team, a lot of their attacking problems go away. And maybe the last thing that, Chelsea are just really overlooking here is their defence. The defence still has Thiago Silva or Disasi in it. Now, Disasi, I don't know what you think of him, right? He's doing okay in the Premier League, but for me, he's not a Chelsea-level defender. Badiashile, Fofana, these guys cannot come back quick enough. Cucurella is starting to show his worth, I think, to Chelsea fans. Him and Chilwell out there, James and Gusto, I think their fullbacks are kind of okay. But at centre-back and at goalkeeper, these are still going to be positions that cost you valuable points, probably this season. The one thing I'm going to be watching out for from a neutral perspective here for Chelsea is exactly how does Pochettino move the team on when Nkunku comes in, and what business do they actually make in January? Is it ambitious business that tries to fill the gaps in this team to make it a more well-rounded squad to go and attack the top of the division? Or is it just more aimless, just buy these guys because they're really highly rated and we can afford them? It's never boring to watch Chelsea, to say the least. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. On screen now some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and retweet, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.